Hello, Monsters Abound here, and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 3 Immortal Empires, and 2 of my Epidemius campaign. Where we are continuing to beat up Throgg because it's easier than beating up Malus. Well, the problem with demons is I don't think we really get their heads. They tend to just, evaporate, so. Being interdimensional monstrosities. Do we continue to invade Norska? And clash with the Immortal Berserkers on the left flank. At least we don't have to deal with Throgg this time. It's significantly easier. The Plague Toad rampaging through these Marauders. Will they do well? I mean, it doesn't really matter. They're not particularly good just in general, to be honest. However, we have managed to engage their left flank. We're holding on the right. Plan being, if we can knock out their flank, we can very, very slowly, because of course we are Nurgle, roll up their line. Already the enemy general not having a good time. I really dislike how the Exalted Plague Bearers are only really noticeable because they've got a green tint to their sword, that's it. Otherwise they're just like normal Plague Bearers. Apparently they've got 2 horns, but I'm fairly sure there's normal Plague Bearers that also have 2 horns, so doesn't really make much difference compared to the other Exalted Demons who look quite a lot different than their normal counterparts, but it's a minor point. Over on the flank, we're doing our best to hold the enemy at bay, but that flank is quite potent. You can see a lot of Nurgling starting to disintegrate there. I think we tried to pull some of the Plague Toads out and they disintegrated. I'm not overly concerned. Plague Toads are not great. I can live without them, basically. Epidemius is actually quite... I mean, he's not the greatest melee character, but he's certainly not bad. He's more of a sort of support / melee character. Again, he's kind of a slow burn. Like, early on, doesn't really have a role apart from being a fairly weak sort of melee character. Later on, he gets a bunch of support abilities which do make him quite potent, so... he does alright. The thing also for the Plague Bearers is they do have ludicrous amounts of melee defense, which does help them stay around in combats. And then backed up with things like Slime Trail, which... what does Slime Trail do again? It reduces melee attack and speed. There we go. Oh, Beast Nurgle is immune to flanking. That is useful. It'd be nice if the Plague Toads were also immune to flanking. As I say, they do tend to... that's most of the reason they get into trouble is because they jump into the middle of enemy units and then they get surrounded and get murdered and then get sad and then disintegrate. Looks like we have the upper hand. Most of the enemy units are now fleeing, but we still got some mopping up to do. Got to keep a careful eye on our rot flies as well, because if we lose them, well, basically just don't. They're incredibly useful for dealing with missile units. You have to be careful with them, but they are quite tanky. Obviously, the ones with Plague Bearers on them are better. But in a pinch, there are excellent, fast-moving, monstrous cavalry units with the ability to fly. So really, really good at getting behind enemy units and breaking them against the anvil of your Plague Bearers. Well, we lost some frogs and some nurglings, which, again, we can't replace. But that's fine. We can, yes, eventually. Eventually, we got some nurglings. That's it, we can fill up with nurglings. It's something. And do I want to get this? Bloated carcass. Well, you know what? I do. The flies. The flies are really good. The flies are really good. So we'll grab that. I think we're probably going to go with more magic. Let's get evasion, because I think we can get Blight Boil, assuming we ever get any winds of magic. But don't. I'm not. I didn't give you docking rights. Go somewhere else. We're going to build a money building. We're going to build more flies. More flies building. My real worry. You fight on the side of true power. Thank you. Is that Malus and Ted go to war with each other and then start hating me because I'm not joining in. I'm fairly sure that won't happen. I'm 90% sure we're fine. Probably. Develop a cycle building through its full life cycle. I mean, that's going to happen regardless. So that's fine. Research-wise, diplomatic relations with those guys seems like a good idea to keep them off my back. What does this do? Chance of plague spreading 50%, which is fine apart from the no movement. Because I want to keep moving. Should we go and grab Winter Pyre? There's no one home. There's literally no one. Can we actually reach it? Yes, we can. Lovely. Grab that one. We've got some more Nurgling. We've got Regiment of Renowned Nurglings. Yay, we've got Purveyor of Mortality. And we're also right next to Malachi. It's not good. Who are you at war with? Okay, at least you're at war with some other people. So, with any luck, you'll at least leave me alone for 10 minutes. That's all I'm asking, alright? Let's get a Blight Boil, even though we don't think we can use it, because we've got no Winds of Magic. You all are fine. We could upgrade the money building, get some, because cash isn't our issue. And you know what I'd really like to see is, I would like to see, because if you've got a maximum number of units, it doesn't show you which units you can recruit. It grays them all out. I would like to see, at the very least, units that you have a number of in the pool to the far left. Because currently this order is, I'm assuming, no, it's not even, I don't even know what fucking order this is in. Is it money? Oh, it might, I think it's in recruitment cost. No, it's not. I don't know what order this is. How do they order this? It's meaningless. Probably just the location in the database, I would guess. Either way, I would like to see units that you have numbers of to the left, everything else to the right. You don't even have to colour it in if you don't want to, but I would like to see units that you can recruit just coloured. Let me see what they are, how many they are, because at the moment I have to go through this and just try and work out which I've got by basing it off the numbers. So I've got 2 there. And I know that's all I can get. But still, it would just be nice if that was something. So we can merge you. And we can grab some more of you. Bish bosh bash. Job done. Okay, then we just need to take the Forbidden the Forbidden Citadel. And then we've got 2 provinces under our belts. Yay me! Oh, Interply got a plague. We've got a Cultist of Nurgle. It's all coming up. Epidemius. Where is the Cultist of Nurgle? There he is. I mean, I guess that's what you want to do. Okay, you need to... I think we need you. We need you. Come here. You come on down here. We are going to go with... Oh, I kind of want the growth building. Yeah. Let's go growth. Does this give us growth? No. Infections, income, no corruption, no growth. So we're going to build the growth building. Because that's good. We've got extra growth here because of plague. And we're now getting 45 infections a turn. Perfect. They're already recruiting another army. Throgg's there again. I mean, this army is... I guess, I mean, the plague bearers are better than the froggies, who do just tend to disintegrate at the drop of a hat. It ain't easy being green, but the problem with the plague toads is the method of attack is to just sort of like leap into the middle of the enemy, which is not necessarily the worst option. Well, no, it is, because what happens is they then get completely surrounded and cut to pieces, and then pulling them out of that engagement is nigh on impossible, and then because they're demons, they just get sad and disintegrate. So I would say they're probably one of the worst units you can recruit for Nurgle, simply because you're probably going to lose them. They're probably on par with Furies for their ability to... Oh my god. Oh, Wulfric. No, mate. That was mine. That was mine. We talked about... Well, we didn't talk about this, but it was mine. Right, I called shotgun. I called shotgun.
This is no place for the weak.
Okay, you're at war with the Ancestral Throng for some reason, which is actually fine by me. I'm okay with that. Do we kill Wulfric? I mean, I'm thinking yes. I'm thinking we definitely kill Wulfric. What's the Winds of Magic like? Well, it doesn't matter. We're going to go Winds of Magic. That one. Maybe the Winds of Magic are better? No, that's going to be the same province, isn't it? So basically it's going to be the same thing. Never mind. Right, we're going to take the Forbidden Citadel. Does mean killing Wulfric. That is unfortunate, but... he's going to have to go. Sorry. Winter Pyre, Monolith of... I feel like upgrading the Winter Pyre is necessary because it's right next to these now very angry dwarves. They're so far away, I don't think that's going to... Current total 0. Okay, well that's... it's basically destroy an enemy of Kugath. Does he have any? No, but, you know, fucking do it. Alright, I'm going to beat you up. Thank you. I'll have that one, and that one. I'm sorry, Wulfric. However, you know, I did have the rest of this province, and the only way I'm going to get it off you is through the medium of brutal murder. It's unfortunate, but there we go. We're going to get Blight Boil. Okay, Nurgle Corruption increasing. Lovely. We've got the money building there. I might actually knock that down. Until this upgrade, we need more growth here, ideally, which we could do with a plague, potentially, so we could do some of that. None of this really matters, to be honest. I don't really care. I mean, I could do this and this, because that's going to give us cycle time. Again, it's not super useful, but that's fine. We will pop that on the Forest of Decay. I don't think we can increase it because we don't have enough. It's going to cost us 200, that's fine, so we'll just pop that there. That'll give us a little bit of extra growth, which will come in handy if we want to upgrade our buildings, which we do. I say, the plagues for like buffing your own settlements actually pretty good, but it feels like you should really want to use them for... We'll grab that one. In fact, we've kind of got quite a lot of infections now. Do I worry about this, or do I go for... Do we have a growth one? We do have a growth, 20 growth. I'm going to go with growth. Yeah, it doesn't feel necessarily as useful to use them on enemies, because the effects are weak, to be honest. Like, the attrition doesn't really do very much. If you get a blessing on the attrition, it does do more damage, but frankly, if you want to cause attrition to enemy armies, just use an agent. It does cost you slightly, you know, it will cost you some money, but realistically, it's not that big problem. The agents will do more damage and quicker and the debuffs are mostly forgettable. It's a shame. The Vanguard deployment, obviously, very useful because Nurgle is quite slow if you're facing armies with a lot of artillery. Getting to grips with them ASAP, obviously quite important. So Vanguard deployment can help a lot there. But otherwise, yeah, just very, very bland, unfortunately. It's kind of gone the same. And I mean, I will say, right, they have increased some of the effects. You've got Infectious here. So character experience gain, infection cost to create a plague for the Lord's army, and control reduction. Right, that's fine. That's got a nice little list there. That makes that feel chonky. What have you got? Hidden Plague. You've got Stalk and Vanguard deployment. Again, fine. But yeah, the effects from the Plague, just very, very weak. Not really worth it, in my opinion. You could just ignore plagues and be absolutely fine. Do I want to do that? Do I want to do something else? What's going to buff? Okay, we'll grab this one. It's more speed for infantry. Considering our speed is so low, it's going to be like 1 extra speed, if that. But it's something, I guess. Okay, Theodric, you're going to come over here and join Epidemius and Pliers. Do we want to kill some of the... Well,
Yes, believe what your eyes see.
What do you like?
Might not be a too thick.
Sure. You have a little increase there. Who are you at war with? The scaling. Wait. You're at war with the scaling? I thought you were... Oh, that's not the scaling. That's the Sol. Oh, for fuck's sake. I don't know which one's which. Which is the scaling? Which one are those? I thought that was them, but no, it's a slightly... Yeah, okay, fine. If I declare war on them with that... No. Alright, well, don't worry about it. Is that gonna... If I trespass... Is that gonna make the Sol hate me? Or is it gonna make... Azazel hate me? Because I don't care if the Sol hate me, because they can't do anything. Let's get more growth. Actually, what does the iron do? Recruit rank and increases recruitment health. Yeah, it's not really that useful. That's fine. We'll grab that one. Just keep ticking along. Good. And we can get rid of our Nurglings and just have an entire stack of Plague Bearers, because that's all we've got currently. At least we've got some extra growth. We're up to 195 growth a turn. So that's something. That's nice. Really not a fan of Admiral Leech, but at least Malus has got something to busy himself doing. So as long as that's not, you know, beating up me, we will have to eventually kill Malus. I'm just going to put it off for as long as possible, come back and do it when, you know, he's going to be a fairly easy walkover. Because I did try to attack him early on several times in test campaigns, and while I could win the fight, it left me with 0 units to recruit. Because most of them died during the battle, and I tried it again and again and again, and killing Malus was always like, wiping out his army was fine, but he was unbreakable and basically unkillable. So it was very tough both times. So I just kind of feel like it's probably best just to, you know, just not worry about him. Oh, I can't decide whether to just traipse over Azazel.
Why
yes.
bother with words? I know what you need.
I'm sorry. Are you going to give me a blowy? A reach around? I'm flattered. I am very flattered, genuinely. Do we just want to keep going? Maybe. I'm a little bit. I don't like living next to the dwarves. That makes me very nervous. I might just give it a turn. Right, so we'll get rid of you. Then we'll pop you. We're going to increase our mobility somehow. We've got some good plague going on there. That's lovely. We upgrade these. We can get more infections, which is great. Epidemius definitely has a very slow start. It's slow to kind of get those plagues going, get those infections. Once he does get going, I imagine that you're gonna be popping out plagues and stuff left, right, and centre. But to start off with, infections, gaining infections is going to be a tricky job early on, because you've got a lot of settlements that you know, aren't at max rank, and you need to grow them. So you need the growth building, you need money to support more armies, so you need the money building. Infections are quite important, but you kind of have to balance those three. It does mean that your minor settlements effectively turn into money, growth, and infections, and that's it. That's all we want. So all of your recruitment buildings are going to be in your capital settlements, which is fine, I guess. But it does bring me down to the point of, at what point are minor settlements effectively just more money, more economy? Is this going to piss Azazel off? Does it piss Azazel off? He doesn't like the trespassers against us all. Maybe I just kill them all? Alright, we'll get... Look, look, I tried to get a treaty, but you didn't want to give me one, so I'm having to do this the hard way. Doing it the hard way, don't want to, but just kind of stuck. Hello? Military access. You know what? Sure. Boop. Sack or raise 6 Kislev, Cathay or Empire settlements. I will take that under advisement. In the meantime, Naglfari Plain is now mine. We've got the Demon Spew. They're actually semi-decent. We're fine there. When do we want to upgrade this? 3, so that's going to be next turn. So I might save my pennies, because that's going to take 4,500, which means we'll barely have enough. Just barely. We're going to get the Tally of Pestilence. So each death is going to increase melee attack and physical resistance, which is quite good. We're going to increase mobility, because that's probably the most important thing we can do. I'm not going to spend any money, even though I really want to, because otherwise I won't be able to afford the thing I want to do. And we'll get the Children Nurgle, because that gives us expert charge defense and more mass for our Plague Bearers. Not entirely sure how realistically useful that is, but it's one of the only buffs we can get for our poor Plague Bearers in the tech tree. The mortal units get much better buffs, so they get melee attack and melee defense. Much better. The demons get sort of like meh bonuses. To be honest, it's much more sensible to recruit mortal units for Nurgle, because if they run away, they'll be fine. Whereas obviously the demons will just disintegrate. Hello. Jesus Christ, that's a long way away. It's the duty of the 7 Prectors of Pestilence to respond vehemently to Nurgle's whims, demanding close observations of specific diseases and prognoses to ensure every detail is recorded in ink. No location is off limits for such a permanent, not even Ulthuan itself. At the gates of the White Tower of Hoeth, a plague-stricken high elf host awaits the arrival of a meddling prophetess of Bretonnia, intent on purifying the Asur of their glorious pestilence. Epidemius cannot allow this outcome. The diseased high elves must die, and more than that, their deaths must be observed in proximity for being prevented by the Bretonians' cure. We'll get the Sands of Sickness, which is going to give us different iterations of Demons of Chaos. Sands of Sickness effect, which is a chain effect. Duration of 16 seconds, has a cooldown of 120. It's going to increase our melee, it's going to give us melee reflection and vigor, and then the enemy is going to get less melee defense and speed. Okay, that's going to replenishment, wound reduction time, and upkeep reduction. That's all very nice. And we've got the we've got cycle time reduction for advanced military buildings. Ooh. How exciting. Right, we've got just barely enough money to upgrade this, so we'll spend that. And then Pliers, you, my friend, are going to get a Blight Boil. And we're going to move in to take Doomkeep from the hands of Snuggar the Terror. Says Pyrrhic Victory. I'm assuming it's a walled settlement. Oh no, wait, Norscans don't get walled settlements. It's just a settlement battle. Even easier. God, the Norskins love stuffing Norse big muscle men into their settlements, don't they? Absolute nightmare. Ugh. A bajillion Norskins to fight. Alright, no problem. We can do this. So we're attacking in 2 locations. Here and here. They have broken us up with a barricade, which I promise not to lose my mind about during the battle. Much. And go the Death Heads. We've got some Marauder Champions there. And we can, you know, softening them up. Quite useful. Mostly picking off the Marauders, but I know it doesn't matter. Not a big problem. There we go. That's some good hits. Good hits on the Marauder Champions, bringing some of them down, weakening the rest. Meanwhile, Epidemius. Oh, that's not Epidemius, that's Theodos. Sorry, the Epidemius, where is he? Over it. Now, of course, has his nice little ability, which is a Tally of Pestilence. It's nice, you can see the bar now. It's not just a percentage, you can see the little bar fill up, which, I mean, you don't need it, but it's nice to have, isn't it? So the more things that die around him, the stronger that gets. That will increase our physical resistance up to 40%, which is, you know, pretty nice. Not to mention increase our melee attack as well. And we did do a bit of a number on these Marauder Berserkers as they charged in, which is good because they are quite killy against anything with low armour. And our Plague Bearers don't have a huge amount of armour. They have some armour, but it's not very much. Epidemius moving in to show people his leaflets. People rather rudely refusing to read. Mind you, I don't think many of the Marauders can probably... Not many of the Marauders can probably read. Oh, a lovely little... Boop. A little... Was it bile burst? Burst... Blah, 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 blah. What the fuck is it called? Blight boil. There we go. I knew it was something like that. Real damage there. I quite like the Palanquin, actually, for the Plague Bearer. It does make them more tanky. The Rotfly does give them more speed, though. Gives them more funk. So it's probably... Rotfly's probably better. The Palanquin's not bad. Getting stuck in there. Very nice. Keeping the Rotflies in reserve, just in case. Basically, we want to push them into combat just the right time. This is a pretty good opportunity here because they've just got a couple of missile units hanging around behind, not supported, no other enemy units nearby, so we can move them in, pick those guys off, lock them down so they can't open fire on us, and then we can move up with our Plague Bearers to support. Let's see if we have a look at our little tally thing ability. We've got 70%. Look at that. So 14% physical resistance, 11 melee. I mean, it's, you know, that's pretty good. It's quite a large area as well. So he's really buffing up everyone around him, giving them lots of lovely melee attack and extra physical resistance. We've got 36% at the moment. I mean, unfortunately, these guys are about to disintegrate of their own accord, but it is what it is. So Epidemius is going to make his demon units very, very tanky, which does mean it is worth having them. Although I would say, if you are playing a demon faction, I'll probably go for the mortal units if you can. They just don't have the demonic problem. And it is a bit of a large problem. I think Nurgle does negate it somewhat, because as long as you've got units in the pool, you can replace them. So that is anywhere, so that is something. But other demon factions, if you do lose some of your demons, then it is a pain in the arse to re-recruit them again. Especially because your window of opportunity for taking advantage for a battle victory is quite small. Like, the AI recruits really quickly, so if you're stuck recruiting, by the time you manage to get your army back into tip-top condition, the AI's probably got another stack waiting for you, which is kind of a problem. Anyway, we haven't managed to break our way through that barricade yet because they keep throwing units at us, but eventually it is kind of a bugbear of mine that as soon as you attack a barricade, the AI will send units to attack you, and then your unit will attack the unit rather than the barricade, and then they won't attack the barricade afterwards. Even if they want, that you have to remind them to attack the barricade again. I feel like if there's a barricade in range, they should just attack it. I don't think there's any reason why you wouldn't want to attack a barricade if it's nearby. I'm guessing it's probably because the barricade is an object and not an enemy unit. So you probably have to specify your unit to attack it. And that's probably built into the engine somewhere. Either way, Epidemius is continuing to hack his way through. We've got our boys. How much? We've got an extra 15 melee attacks. Not bad, is it? Rock flies coming in from behind, causing panic. Those Mortar Berserkers. Morale is going to start dropping. They're being surrounded. I mean, they're out of control at the moment, but you get the idea. We're also taking this objective, which is really nice because it'll knock down those towers, which are currently taking chunks out of us. There we go. Towers down, barricades down. Not that I really need it to be down now, but it is something. Both Pliers and Theodric. Is it Theodric? Hang on, where are you? Where are you, cheeky little bugger? You're around here somewhere. I know you are. Are you high? Oh, there you are. Yeah, Theodric holds. Theodric and Pliers got beaten up quite a lot. So we're using Fecundity when we get it. That's the army ability that heals. We've broken in down here, which means we can grab this objective and push the garrison further back. Cloud of Flies is recharging. We need the Rot Flies to come and just knock out these guys. I think we should be fine. Pliers took a bit of damage there, but he does have 54 kills, over 1,000 damage dealt as gold. Theodric has got 87 kills, and you have to remember that Theodric doesn't have any spells, so he did that purely off his own back. His weedy little noodle-armed back. Oh well, here come the Rot Flies to help out. That should hopefully break the units down here. Meanwhile, Epidemius is grabbing that objective there. And the AI hates losing objectives. Oh, absolutely detests losing objectives. I think the enemy army is probably close to breaking. They've lost a lot of guys. And I don't think we've lost many in return. Nope. Barely anyone. A few horsemen chucking axes at us. It's fine, we can weather that. Not going to do too much damage. Grabbing the objective over there. Beast of Nurgle taking a little bit of damage. Still some Mortar Hunters, but too little too late as the enemy army breaks. Nicely done. Do I want more? Yeah. Did we already have Leper Law? I think we probably... No, we didn't. Holy crap. Because that's a 20% upkeep reduction for Plague Bearers, which is very nice. It means these guys are only 222 upkeep, which is dirt cheap. That's going to cost me most money to repair. I'm just going to leave it. I mean, this will only give me 5 infections, but do I care? Not really. It's probably fine. We'll get the growth. And get the growth there. And I mean, money-wise, we're actually doing all right. Let's go and see if there are any other buildings we need. No, you're fine. You're going to be finished in 5 turns. Could upgrade this one. Okay, let's do that, and then this. And we've got anything left over. We do not. That's fine. We can live with that. Right, we got Plague Lord's Plague. So plague immunity duration -1 for all future plagues is quite nice. Infection cost to create a plague -10% faction wide, very nice. Physical resistance for all demons and recruitment health for all demons. More growth for provinces, that is quite useful. Ammunition upkeep reduction, weapon strength, all very nice. I mean, all these are pretty good. And then you've got the Tallyman's blades as well. I am going to, you know what, I'm going to go Pox Seedling. And I'm also going to grab the Plague Lord's favourites. Exactly. Right, we are going to pop a plague. It's going to be... Got more weapons. 20%. You see, 20% weapon strength is pretty good. But the blessed, there's only seems to be one blessed at a time. I think I've maybe seen 2 at a time, but it's pretty limited. We are going to go melee defense, vanguard deployment, weapon strength. We are going to set on Epidemius. That is fine, and we are going to increase the spread chance, increase the duration, and yeah, we can't do that, that's fine. So we will then infect Epidemius. Squelch, squelch, squelch. It'd be nice if they exploded. They die, which is fine, but I'd like them to pop. I want them to pop with pus. Oh, right, okay, we got unlocked our ability. We get Locust Contagion, which is a nice AoE damage ability. So that is quite nice if you can get into a big blob. The heal, I mean, heal is always good. You can't go wrong with a heal. And the Locust Virulence is, I mean, that's pretty, I mean, all of these are very nice. Oh, I'm kind of tempted to go with the Locust Contagion. You know what, I am doing that. We're doing that one. Now, have they changed the way the gate works? Enemy unit hexed within range. Okay. So they have changed it. I just don't know what hexed means. What the fuck does hexed mean? Hexed within range. I mean, there are spells which work via... So, for example, not Rancid Visitations, like Miasma of Pestilence. So, that one now will spread to multiple enemy units within spread range, which is fine. What does hex mean, though? Maybe it means that, but that's purely me guessing. Oh, so there's the immunity. So this settlement is immune to plague for 3 turns. It feels silly that your own settlements are immune to plague, but fine, whatever.
Do not overstay your
Yes, Wulfric, you want a peace treaty? That's interesting. I'm going to say no. For the moment. I might peace out with, I don't know. Okay, we got more plague bearer. I mean, we got plague bearers. I'm going to get some plague froggies. That event is random, so you never know when it's going to pop up. If we just sort of like head in this direction, we can hit that next turn, which will be fine. Wulfric is sort of heading in this direction, so maybe we do an ambush. Are you at war with Wulfric? No, you're not.
Offer you compared to me.
I think you will chill out. You will chill out. I'm just more worried about the dwarves more than anything else. I'm just hoping Malus is I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him do anything, but he's definitely at war with them. That's good, I think. Good for him. Bully for you. Do I want more growth? I kind of do. No, I'm going to get more infections, because the more infections we have, the better. That is my hot take. We could get this thing. Construction time reduction is nice, but that's only at level 3, so I'm kind of like... It's nice, but the cost of actually building it and the building slot probably means it's not that useful. I'm just going to go with more money. I'm kind of tempted to get the Demon Spew, because, well, you may think so, but I think they're neat. I'm just going to skedaddle down here a little bit so that hopefully if Wulfric decides to go for me, he'll run straight into me and I can get a lovely ambush. Oh, love it when a plan comes together, but that is going to have to wait until next time. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.